Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Your friend Escrow is back in the studio. According to myself, I was supposed to get this done a couple more years, a couple of months ago, but for unfortunate events, I had to stop and I had to continue my career as an escrow officer and trying to survive in this crazy market. All right, so for those of you who join us for the first time, my name is Roberto Perez. I am a Hispanic escrow officer, title agent that has been in the industry for about 25 years and brings a lot of security to your closings and a lot of experience to your file. So I'm happy to be on here and trying to get exposure out there and also to bring in people to speak about their experience and help us understand more of how the market is coming along. Okay. So with that said, I welcome you. This is going to be a continuation to my podcast show and my YouTube channel. So welcome back, I should say. Now, for this new experience, I am bringing along a couple of more people to join me to bring in some guests to the. I feel like I got man titties, which I do. You know, wear a bra or something. Well, I'm not trying to, be too formal on this deal here, but I do want to bring in guests to talk about their experience and see how they're handling the market. Now, as you have may been aware of, I've been doing a lot of marketing and a lot of sharing of my closings on my page. Therefore, I've been active in IG. So here's what lately has been happening. I recently went through a change of companies, and I am still going through it right now. I'm trying to relocate myself, but something very unusual happened, and something that could happen to any of us in the entrepreneurship field. And if, especially if you're launching your own brand or if you're trying to come up, in self-employment or trying to come up in the business or small business industry. All right, so I'm going to give you a few tips of how to avoid failure in your business. All right, so here's just a couple of things that I want to point out. Basically, what really happened is just a misunderstanding. I was recently let go of my last title company that I was working with because of a total misunderstanding, I believe, or I guess lack of compliance from both of our parts. I have some blame in it, and also the person that was employing me has some blame in it too. But obviously, they don't see that side. They always want to, watch out for themselves and just and wash their hands and be able to just continue without any repercussions, which there wouldn't have been. I just obviously, was told to stop using Unicode title as a name, and I wasn't aware of what I was doing exactly. I mean, I knew I was marketing myself for a title company as a Hispanic name, but I did not understand the legality of it and how I guess the Texas Department of Insurance saw that. Therefore, I got sanctioned, or I guess I got my hand slap. I guess you could say that, in being able to, uh, I guess, use business or use that name. So I wasn't aware that it was, not correct. And the attorney that I was working with knew this, and he didn't say anything. he allowed me to continue to work under that name, and everybody in their office was aware of what was happening. So to kind of give you the story in a nutshell, I used a different name than what the company that I was working for, and obviously that caught a lot of people in confusion as to which office I was working at, and then obviously someone complained about me using that the name that I was using, and therefore filed a complaint with the state, and then the state went and contacted my employer, and then obviously when the state comes in, they freak out and they don't want the Texas Department of Insurance even having to mention their name on their list. So the Texas Department of Insurance contacted me. They asked me to, answer some questions, which I did, and nothing I felt like was at fault. And I was told by the attorney that everything was gonna be okay. And then a couple days go by, and then he calls me and tells me that my employment is over. So what can you do? I guess I was just trying to do the right thing, trying to be able to, advertise myself as a Hispanic company, but it didn't happen. It wasn't happening that way. So I'm trying to find the sound that I want to make. That's the sound that I was trying to get. Yeah, it's a sad day. Well, it was a sad day for me. I'm definitely moving forward. I am now looking to be able to get a new home and be able to start over again. So, word to the wise: always make sure that you stay within the legal boundaries of what you're doing, and if you're not too sure, always seek legal help. Just because you work for an attorney and he acts like he knows what he's doing, or tries to use you to benefit himself, whatever the case may have been, I guess I should have been more aware. Should have seeked my own legal counsel. But here we are. All right. So just give you a heads up. I am still looking for a place to land all my clients. If you're listening to this and you're one of my clients, I dearly apologize. This was not in my plans. I am obviously having to take care of a few things before I can get back on the bike. But I'm looking, I've been speaking to some people here and there, and they're very interested in bringing me in and bringing my experience in. So I am very sure it's not going to be long before I can get back on this and start pedaling. All right. So thanks for all the support. I appreciate the effort of the people that have reached out to me and have asked me for updates. Obviously, I'm still trying to see where I'm going to be placed at and where I'm going to bring all my clients in. Hopefully, it's something for the best and for the better, which I am pretty confident it will be. And since then, well, we'll keep you guys in touch. We'll see how everything goes, and we'll give you more updates. But as of right now, my plans for the future are to still try to land a title company that will help me service my community and still be able to bring in some clients to help them close. I feel like I was doing pretty well. I was getting back on the bike. I was doing everything as I was supposed to be doing. I had, legit a year and a half that I was devoting just to work, and I was committed, and I was very, very committed to do this. But I am very confident that this is only for the best, and I pray to God that He gives me patience and seeing where His will is taking me. So I am in a way a little bit sad, but not to say that I'm not confident of what the future will bring for me. So with that said, I leave you this, small 10 minutes of reflection so that you can see an update on your end, see where your situation is at, and how this can probably help you in the future. So, a couple of pointers that I want to give out. If you're self-employed and you're starting your own business, there's a lot of websites that can help you put yourself together and organize yourself. But you do need some sort of immediate assistance. For the most part, you want to be able to have good legal backup and good legal assistance. You obviously want someone to mediate in between your clients and yourself, so like a good manager. If you have a business where it requires you to be in front of people, good manager also helps. And if you have a place where you're buying or leasing, I'm sorry, the space, you want to have a good lease agreement. If you're having a sublease this lease to someone else, please have it in writing. Any sort of permits that you need to be able to start your business, please get that done before you start. Make sure the signs and everything are in accordance to your landlord. And if you work for the state, please run it by the state and make sure everything's in the up and up. Unfortunately, the problem that I had is that I was using a totally registered company with the state. It's a totally open business. It's just an LLC that I was using for myself as a businessman. And for the most part, I did everything under that LLC, which obviously also includes my personal investments and personal, properties that I have, rentals and such. So I would always advertise myself as, unique title name, but then also was using Sendera as, the closing. I mean, everything closed under Sendera title, and I was using just the Unico title as an advertising form for my name, for my clients, for my Hispanic clientele. So it was, in a way, misleading people not to really know which title company I work for. And then obviously that kind of triggered a lot of concerns and confusion. So I get it. I understand now, the situation and the gravity of the things that I was doing with no harm intended. But obviously, the state doesn't care about all that. They just look at what they look at and they see it's not compliant, and then they go for you. They go after you, and they go after you hard. So if you've never had the state go after you, please don't. You want to try to avoid any of that stuff. All right. So I will tell you that I am definitely working on putting myself back in another reputable company. I am working hard to, get this back in track and be able to come back to you with all the tools that I need to be able to close your deals. So in a way, just kind of in the interim, killing some time. If you need help, if you have any questions, or if you want to learn more about the business, the title world, I am going to be just for right now, just a kind of a spectator and see where it takes me. I'm going to start getting back into, doing my podcast, bringing in people, calling in people, just throwing ideas here back and forth. I do have a couple of side gigs that I was doing while I was working, and I'm gonna try to devote more time to that, so that I can, in a way, will get back on track. So, um, my plans are to be able to contact everyone once I'm back, and be able to tell them where I stand and the plans that I have. Obviously, for those of you that know me for a long time, you've seen a lot of challenges, seen my career, you've seen me come across a lot of hurdles, and with the grace of God and the focus that I have, I've always been able to overcome them and I'm hoping this is not, this is not any different. So I want to express out my gratitude for the people that have stuck with me and that understand my situation. I also want to express out, to any new clients that I've had that this is very unfortunate. I obviously was not planning any of this, and not being able to control the situation. It's what makes me even more frustrated than anything. Being out of the equation and not being able to help you directly is what's really bothering me the most. So I want to apologize dearly to all the people out there. I want to make this announcement for you guys to understand that this is not something I had obviously planned, but this is something I wasn't even aware of. I wasn't even expecting. This caught me totally off guard. And just like before, just like other employers in the past have stabbed me on my back, this wasn't any different. This all of a sudden came to be something that he decided, on a quick spurt of like, judgment or feelings or whatever. But I thought we had a good relationship and everything was going smooth. I wasn't even concerned of anything that was being done wrong or illegally. So I am very calm. I am very self aware of what's happening, and I am not in any way feeling guilt or remorse. I feel like I am the man of God that I always say I am, and I always keep my faith very strong and very focused. Regardless of what the challenges are coming to me, or what this road has got me right now, I'm staying focused and thankful and grateful that I am a man of God, and Jehovah lives in me and He guides me every day. So you know, karma can be a bitch sometimes, and I don't wish bad on anyone, but some people do deserve to get the karma in their lives for the bad things that they done. And anyhow, just moving on, basically just trying to make everyone aware of what happened. This caught me totally off guard, and I wasn't really planning on letting people down this way, but obviously I have. And just like I sometimes post my triumphs and my achievements, I also want to post my I guess more soured and hurtful moments, because this is obviously a little bump in my career, but it's just a battle. It's not the war. I'm still battling the war. I'm still fighting the war, but maybe just a small battle got lost. Which brings me to my next point. From now on, I'm gonna dedicate more time to this podcast so I can make more people aware of what's happening out there in this field, and be able to bring in more guests so that we can see with more conscious minds what we're looking at as far as what the real estate market looks like. I also want to make this podcast where we are speaking about any other topics that may improve our lives, whether it's health, wealth, or spiritual. I want to invite everyone who has ideas or who would like to speak about a certain topic. I am I'm open to speak about anything. And in reality, I want this podcast to be one of those podcasts where you can have interested topics and interesting people come in without remorse, and we can speak about anything openly with an open mind, and obviously respectfully and kindly for all mankind. All right. So this was my first back introduction into the podcast world. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I want to be able to thank you guys for letting me back in and letting this happen. So, with that said, and with a little CC top playing in the background. I'll leave you with this last thought. It is not the man who we say we are, it's the man who we act as that we are. So I am acting as the man of God that I am. And that's what my goals are for every day now on. I strive to always be an example of his word and of his image and all his mercy towards everyone. I wish everyone a happy week, a blessed rest of the week, and I love you guys. God bless. I'm out.